Hey. So basically I got Tash, and this is where my current save is I'm all the way up here. But the game does... You've played Mass Effect... Oh my god, the music's so loud, I'm sorry. You've played Mass Effect before, and I know you have to make decisions in Mass Effect. And BioWare made a thing in this game where whenever you have a major decision, it makes a save. So I wanted to actually go back to an old save, because it's like the first major decision you make outside of a tutorial that teaches you make major decisions. And so I kind of wanted to show that. And I wanted to play through it, but then we'll go back and we'll go play with Tash a bit. And then I want to go get Emmerich, who is the last companion. So basically, I got Darwin. Darwin is a Grey Warden, and he has a little griffin companion.
So this is where you live, huh? In the Fade?
Yeah, it's cozy. And the gods can't find us here.
Right. We're going to get used to that.
We'll find you in a sound and ice.
Yeah, he has a little baby griffin named Asan.
A lot. The Viper just sent word. Marathis is under attack by a blighted dragon.
Has to be the one we saw at Demeter's Crossing.
Well, one of them has to be.
What do you mean, one of them?
Taya also got in touch. Another dragon is attacking Treviso too.
Mierda.
You got back just in time.
All right. What do we know?
2 dragons at once has to be the gods behind it.
Treviso's a merchant city. It has no defenses, and the canals run everywhere. If we don't stop that dragon, people will die. Innocent people. My people. They either die right away from the dragon, or slowly after, from blight in the water. We need to go to Treviso.
And leave Minrathis to burn?
Nev.
The Shadow Dragons will fight, right to the end of it. But we're the only ones keeping the Venatori in check. And if we fail, the Venatori will take advantage. They'll make a push for the throne. And hand the gods the entire Tevinter Empire.
Okay, so basically, the Blight's a really big deal. It's explored a lot in Origins. But a really good way to think of it is it's kind of like a zombie virus and the plague, where a person can catch the blight and then they'll get really sick and then they'll die and they'll turn into a dark spawn, which is some of the enemies we've been fighting. And it's really fucked up. It's like a zombie plague, basically. And basically the first major choice you have to make is, are you going to save this merchant city? And yeah, it's like super plague. Are you going to save this merchant city from becoming super plague hotspot because it doesn't have the infrastructure or the defenses to, and it would spread the super plague super easily and everyone is going to die if you don't do anything? Or are you going to hand your enemies the second strongest military empire on the continent to put into their back pocket to use against you? So it's like, how many people are you willing to let die? Basically. It's a really fucked up choice. I was like staring at the screen.
Have we been able to...
Damn it! There's no time! I need to go home. I need to be in Minrathis.
And I must go to Treviso. Go where you feel you must, Rook. We cannot wait.
What's our move, Rook?
And the thing is whatever companion you don't go with, you temporarily lose, and then it locks off a portion of their skill tree. And I think you can no longer romance them. Which is really fucked up. I was not planning on romancing Nev or Lucanus. My canon choice, and the one I chose, yeah. My canon choice, and the one I'm going to choose again, is I chose to help Minrathos, because although Minrathos has defenses and in theory could defend against a blighted dragon, I don't think if there's a coup happens, that's the second strongest military in lore. And if that gets handed over to the gods, we're basically fucked, you know? It's like, we're already against impossible odds. We don't need to hand them one of the strongest militaries. You know what I mean? Like, I know that this whole entire city is going to die of super plague. And it's going to be tragic and horrible, and none of them deserve it. But the whole continent's going to be fucked if this coup is successful, was my logic, basically.
We help Nev in Minrathous.
But the Treviso civilians.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it either. But if the Venatori take control of Tevinter, it's going to get a whole lot worse. That said, two of you should go to Treviso, see if you can help Lucanus get the civilians to safety. And we'll head to Minrathous.
Understood.
Let's all try to make it through this alive, all right?
Yeah. Detonates weekend. I want to use Darwin, but hold on. You have a spell that, yeah, I was gonna say, you have a spell that applies weekend, if I remember correctly. So let me go back to using to Darwin. Detonates weekend, applies weekend. Yeah, Darwin's also an elf. You can tell by the ears and the face tattoos. He's a Dalish elf. Dalish elves have face tattoos. My character, I imagine, was a part of a Dalish clan, but he got lost very young, so he couldn't find his way back. They get their tattoos as like an adult rite of passage, and they're called Vasselin in lore. So they get their Vasselin basically when they turn to adults. And there's a lot of lore behind the Vasselin, but I don't know if you want to lore dump. Grants invulnerable, applies overwhelm, detonates weekend. Let me do that. Yeah, so the Vasselin actually originally started out as slave markings. And what they were is they were basically brandings from the different elven gods to denote what elven god you belonged to as a slave. But when the elven gods were locked away and over the years eventually just turned into myths and history were forgotten, and they kind of forgot why they had these markings, the clans kind of just started inventing their own markings. And so it eventually just kind of became an adult rite of passage of like, you're an adult now, we recognize you as a member of our clan, here's your Vaseline. But Solus, since he was a companion in the last game and he was romanceable, if you romanced him as a female elf, yes. They don't know actually that they used to be slave markings. That's like lost to history. A really big thing in Dragon Age is about how history isn't reliable. It's like an ongoing theme. But if you romance him as a female elf, and he will want to remove your Vaseline because he tells you about how they're slave markings, and he is like, I don't want you, it like hurts me to look at you and to see slave markings on your face, sort of thing. And you can find these murals of Solus when he's acting as a Dreadwolf taking slave markings off of people, and it's like a whole thing. Solus is an extremely interesting character. I think he's extremely well written. I don't think he's necessarily redeemable. I have a friend who would argue with me on that. But I think he's well written and extremely interesting, and I like seeing him on screen. But I don't think he's redeemable. I think he's killed too many people to be redeemed. Well, the thing is in that the devs like did like a commentary on that scene, right? And in that scene, he was originally going to be like, I'm the Dreadwolf, I'm the Elven God, here's my plans, right? And then he chickened out at the last second, and he made it about the Vaseline. So, like, in lore, that's what happened. So, like, and then he, like, betrays you at the end of Inquisition and, like, leaves. That's, like... That's like half. Sorry, but I know that's technically a spoiler, but I feel like you could figure that out considering he's a fucking antagonist in this game. That like you probably didn't end on like the bestest of terms. You know what I mean? Anyways, what was I doing? But Darvin and Bellara both have Vaseline, but I think they have unique Vaseline, so I think that's just unique to their clans. I imagine my rook Malleus doesn't have a Vaseline, because one of the things about Dalish clans is they are nomadic. They have these carts that have sails on them, so they're kind of like sailboats, and they like go all over Thedas. And so Dalish are never in one place for too long. So Malleus, if he got lost or if his clan thought he was dead, he kind of never would be able to find them again. So he never would have been able to get his Vaseline, sort of thing.
Dragons circling the Anderalis grounds. Gotta hurry.
Sorry, I'm a loot goblin. This doesn't matter. I shouldn't care. I'm just gonna reload.
I was expecting it to be bad, but
No time to waste. We need to find them.
They mean to stop us. Your lord demands death.
Oh shit. Where is it? There's gotta be a thing in here. Anyways. My controller is vibrating like crazy. I know, yeah. Keep in mind, this comes after doing a quest for Darwin that takes like an hour. So like you just get done doing this really, really long quest for Darwin and then you're thrown into dragon shenanigans. And I was like flabbergasted. I was like tonally, like for you this is kind of coming out of nowhere, but for me I was like, oh my god, this is so much. There's so much to do. There's so much going on. I just watched 12 baby griffins get kidnapped. Yeah, there's like no goddamn rest. You don't even get to save, you just go from Darwin's quest and then immediately into the dragon shit.
We can't fight it while it's flying, we need to ground it. If we can keep it here, we can stop it from destroying the city.
Alright, let's see if I can get its attention.
Yeah, griffins were thought to be extinct, so there's only like 13 on the entire continent, and we lost 12 of them. Only a son is left, and the rest are in the hands of demons.
Witness the handiwork of immortals.
Chaos, decay, the past in ruin, and the last few mortal servants of the Dreadwolf.
Get her name.
We need only one thing from you. Surrender it, and you may go. Give up the Dreadwolf's dagger.
Come get it.
By force, then. Whatever remains of you will become my new creations.
Alright, I gotta lock in. I should have took more lightning spells. This is on me.
She's light. There's a strange wind. The guard's corrupted.
Thank you.
What should we do? Well, we can't.
Ah, fuck. Ooh, weak point. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I don't want to be on its face. Ah, fuck me. I'm getting my ass kicked. That's what you missed.
We have toyed with these mortals long enough. Your strength is leaving elsewhere. Hear my voice and return.
It's gone, but it's wounded.
We were so close. I know we can beat that thing. If only we were faster. Or figured out its weaknesses a little quicker.
And we have to keep it grounded.
Take the win. Dragon's still out there, but it could have been worse. It would have been worse if you weren't here.
There's another dragon in Treviso. Maybe there's still time.
Let's go.
I did my best, Snug. Get off my dick. Anyways, we're going back to Italy. Italy looks a little bit different than I remember. Did you get a new haircut, Lucanus?
Did you kill the one?
We did not.
That monster flew around the city for hours before it left, utterly out of reach.
It rained ice on the city and spread blight in the canals. Treviso survives for now, as do the crows. But
I'm gonna reload, but so I don't really care, but I want to see what this says.
I can't be in two places at once. I made a choice and hoped the center would hold.
Minrathus has mages, walls. It's not an open invitation to a dragon.
It wasn't a normal dragon. We couldn't even kill it. We just fought until it left.
Rogue, you know Grey Wardens. Can they do anything about the blighted canals?
Maybe not right away. They'll have their hands full with the gods.
Just send them word, please.
We will not be idle. There are people to save and Antam to be made examples of. The city must know who did this. Give us time, Rook. If you truly wish to help, the crows will have work.
The others, Nev, are they all right?
They are. And I'm glad you're all right too, Lucanus.
Rook, no more. Not after this. I don't have the heart for anything but helping my city. And bringing down those who struck against her.
He looks so sad. Oh, her name means web? Oh, that's kind of fun.
Blighted dragons, darkspawn obeying the Venatori. Maybe Solus will know something.
But yeah, so fun fact, now I can't use Lucanus for a while. I can't use the Italian man, which really sucked because my build kind of revolved around him. So, I'm gonna do one more. We're gonna go see Solus. I don't know if you've actually seen Solus. He got a facelift. If he looked like this in Dragon Age Inquisition, I might have romanced him. Sorry. That's really shallow to say, but it's true. But basically what happened is during the very, very start of the game, you go to stop this ritual he's doing, and you do stop the ritual, and he gets trapped in the Fade, and Gillinan and Elgernan get let out. But because you bled a bit at the ritual site, Solus does blood magic, and Solus does some blood magic, and he's basically lives in your head, and you can communicate with him, and it's like a whole thing. And you can be so sassy with him, it's really funny. Anyways, also, this is Meleus's room. Everyone gets a room. This is Meleus's. I think he has the coolest room. I'll look at all these fishies. You can decorate it. Yeah, I got a little egg boy in my head. No bed, though, sadly. Meleus sleeps on a couch like a fucking nerd. But we're gonna meditate. We're gonna find out. And then I'm gonna reload and we're gonna go look at Taash.
When last we spoke, you were hunting for followers of Eldernan and Gillinan in hopes of finding specifics. Has your search been successful?
You could say that. It looks like both the Venatori and the Artam are working for Eldernan and Gillinan.
Unsurprising. The Venatori want magical secrets, and the Artam want to destroy anyone opposing their brutal expansion. Both will readily bow to anyone who promises them power.
It's not just a promise.
It's more than a promise this time. The Artam and the Venatori both have dragons doing their bidding.
Dragons? That is worse than I had feared.
Yeah. We drove off the one the Venatori brought into Minrathous. Barely.
Have you determined how the dragons are being directed? If it is blood magic, it may be possible to disrupt their control.
The dragons were blighted. We think that's what let the gods control them.
The blight. Of course.
The blight seems to be the gods' favorite tool right now. We ran into Venatori who could control Darkspawn.
Elgernan would not bestow such power unless the Darkspawn were to serve as the main force of his army. And I suspect Gillinan will see the Darkspawn as new subjects for her modifications.
We've already run into a few Darkspawn nobody has seen before. That's in addition to the blighted dragons.
That is the fate Elgernan and Gillinan plan for this world then. Corruption and blighted slavery.
Instead of by your demons.
Right. Everyone should be free and uncorrupted when your demons and raw magic kill them.
Do you truly believe my goal was to destroy this world?
I believe your goal, like you said, was to transfer the gods to a better prison. The one you're stuck in now. And you were willing to tear down the veil and destroy this world while you did so.
The veil is a wound I cut into the Fade in a moment of desperation. While making their prison, it should not exist. I had a host of spirits ready to help when the veil fell. They would have minimized the loss of life.
So best guess, how many deaths? Hundreds? Thousands?
At least. Those deaths would have been on my conscience. But the world would once again be as it should be.
Oh, and here I was worried.
Many would have died, I know. But afterward, flowers would grow again.
Spoken like a god.
I am not a god. I am as I have always been. A man. all too aware of his failings. But equally aware that if he did not act, accepting the judgment it would bring, all would be lost. They call me the Dread Wolf. What will they call you when this is over?
I don't care what they call me. If they're calling me anything, it means they're still alive. That's all that matters.
Acceptance. You are willing to face the consequences your actions may one day bring, because the world needs you. I believe I can work with that. If the gods are using dragons, you will wish to find someone trained to fight them. Have you unlocked the Lighthouse Illuvium?
Yes. We found the crossroads. It's still confusing, though.
I cannot help you from in here. You may need to find an expert in the magic of the Fade. And if the dark...
Why are his toes out? Sorry, I just noticed this. His toes are out.
I've got a few of them. Their leaders don't trust me right now, though.
I have faith in you, Rook. You seem to have a knack for gaining the cooperation of your adversaries.
Solus thinks we need a dragon hunter and a Fade expert.
He's right, about the dragon hunter at least. Rook, when I was with the Inquisition, I saw some terrible things. But what happened to Treviso? I mean, so much death. Lucanus stayed behind.
I feel like that has to be a joke, because Solus never wore shoes in Inquisition.
We hurt it, but didn't kill it. The dragon flew off before we could put it down.
A dragon hunter would have helped him in Rathas, that's for sure.
Don't remind me. Fewer people injured, and we wouldn't have to worry about it coming back.
We can't forget the second dragon in Treviso. We should see how we can help, but we're without Lucanus until he's done helping the crows. Who knows how long?
Hey, let's not get stuck in our regrets, all right?
Just so we're clear, you're taking advice from this elven god, Solus. The Solus who tried to tear down the veil. You really trust him?
Trust is such a strong word, you know?
So you don't trust him?
Yeah.
All right.
So, a Fade expert and...
Sorry, I really love that. It's very in
I'll
character.
ask around for the dragon hunters and see what turns up. Come talk to me in a bit.
And I've been corresponding with someone about the lighthouse's reverberative oscillations and the resulting dimensional peculiarities. Oh, sorry. Not relevant. I'll get a message through to a Fade expert immediately.
See, Rook? Nothing to worry about.
All right. We all know what to do. Let's get going.
Okay, everyone's like, oh my god, they're writing so cringe, it's so bad. It's like, you can't be a dick. And it's like, I'm loving the sassy writing. The sassy options. And, okay, here's the thing, right? I gotta get close. I gotta get close to the fireplace. Your character isn't, like, randomly picked, like, in the first 3 games. You're, like, hand-selected. And I don't think the person that hand-selected you would pick an evil person. So I don't think it makes sense for you to be able to roleplay as an evil person. You know what I mean? Alright. Alright, I just wanted to show you that, and so now you'll know why if we go to Treviso, it's all fucked up. Anyways, so I have taash now. And please look at the height difference on these two. This is, This is Malleus's faction headquarters. This is the Lords of Fortune. So this is their bar where they hang out. That's the fight pit. She's so funny. You recruit her, but you go to recruit her and she's like, I didn't agree to it. And you're like, we got a letter saying that you agreed. And it turns out her mom agreed on her behalf because her mom's like a little overbearing. Because they're kind of going for like an immigrant storyline for her because her mom's from the Kuhn and immigrated. And so her mom accepted on her behalf, and she's like, Mom, you can't do that, I'm an adult, I should be able to pick what jobs I get. And then her mom's like, Tash, sweetie, I'm gonna pack you some potions for the road. Do you want ginger ones or do you want lavender potions? And then Tash is like, ugh, I want the ginger ones. And then she like sits down and crosses her arms and is like just glaring at you. But anyways, I think Tash is probably in her early 20s, which I imagine Malleus is probably around that same age, so I think it works. But this is Isabella. She is actually a companion. She is the leader of the Lords of Fortune's faction, and she was a companion in Dragon Age 2. She was a pirate, and now she runs the Lords of Fortune's faction, which is basically a guild of treasure hunters who, they're honestly pretty honorable treasure hunters. Because I was listening to some of the stuff between Bellara and Tash, because Bellara's whole thing is she navigates runes and she doesn't get paid for it, but she like prevents the magical artifacts in the runes from like destabilizing reality. And then Tash basically, she goes into runes to steal stuff and sell it. And Bellara was kind of like, I don't like you, actually. But Tash was like... But they started talking, and they were doing banters, and then Bellara found out that, like, the Lords of Fortunes have a whole system where the different races have different, like, appraisal people in the guild that... If they find anything cultural, basically they have first dibs on it. First bidding dibs. And it's like, so that way, if there's anything like sacred. And I thought that was really neat. Neat way to tackle cultural appropriation and grave robbing. Because you know it was going to happen. Because don't get me wrong, Treasure Hunter faction is definitely very cool, but it's also kind of like, Yeah.
Come on over to get ripped and equipped.
But yeah, and also everyone's like really naked in this faction, which I'm not complaining, but it's kind of like, guys. I gotta show you. I can't show you actually, but it was in a character creator. But the max armor you can get with Lord of Fortune is like really wild and really fun. But I chose the outfits because they're cunty. And that's what I wanted. Anyways, I want to do Tash's quest. Well, I was going to be a crow. That was my game plan leading up to the game. And literally, while I was a character creator, is I was going to be a crow, and that is Lucanus's faction. And then I saw the outfits, and I was like, my Rook looks too good in the Lord of Fortune outfits. And the Lord of Fortune was like my second choice, and so it was like, you know, I just gotta hold on one sec. Sorry. And so I just switched, but I'm having a great time there. When I met Tash, there's been a lot of faction specific dialogue with her that's been really nice. Like when I met her, she was like aggressive and like wielding some weapons, and then I used like a passcode that, because we're the same faction, we both know, and she like calmed down, and she was like, I didn't know you were chill like that, basically. And then like when I did a quest, she was also like, Isabella at the end was basically like, oh, hey Tash, great job. I hope Rick didn't slow you down too much. And then like, she was basically like teasing and negging us. And then in the end, Rick was like, oh, well, I learned from the best, Isabella. And like, you were just like all teasing and taunting each other. What the fuck is that? Every time I come here, it's some new bullshit. Sorry, I know you said something, honey bun, but I can't see it. Jesus. Like I said, it's bullshit every time I come into this area. It's like something bigger every single time. Anyways. How do I get up there? Oh, hold on. I see. Well, sometimes they just have locks on them and you can, like, knock them down. Can I teleport closer? Do I have a teleport? I do have a beacon next to it. Awesome. Sorry, I was getting a little tired walking there. Tash is taking some time on the beach to blow off some steam figuratively. Oh, I want you to know, by the way, Tash can breathe fire. We don't know why yet. She went up to some people, they made her mad, and she melted them. And it was really sexy. This quiet moment offers a chance to get to know her better. Anyways, start the quest. Hey.
Some for you. Some for you. Hey, don't be a dick. That was for the little one. Stupid birds.
I wasn't expecting.
What?
I don't know. You with the birds, this is fun.
Oh, good.
Can I help?
Sometimes I practice with the fire out here. It's safer. No people around. Lots of water.
Is it magic or...?
It's not magic. My mother says the Kunari used to be closer to dragons. Something in her blood.
Young Tom called you a Dari.
Yeah. Old Kunari word for fire breather. A few like me are born every generation. My mother thinks the Dari were meant for something special. She's always looking through the old texts for clues. Come on. Don't want to scare the birds.
Could you imagine, like, your baby burping fire? That'd be so scary.
My mother left the Kuhn not far from here. She got herself transferred to Kontar from Parvalin. Smuggled me there and then walked out.
I thought Kontar was well fortified. How did she escape with a child?
The Kuhn isn't a prison. People can leave if they want.
It is a prison, though. That's... Oh.
Do you miss living under the Kuhn?
Not much to miss. I was a baby. My mother misses it. She was an Ashkari back then. A scholar.
Why'd she leave?
Me.
This is... Okay, she's very clearly biased. This is something Dragon Age does a lot. Sorry, one sec. This is something Dragon Age does a lot, where they'll have characters give lore, but they're extremely biased. This is something we did with Bull and the Kuhn a lot, where he was like, the Kuhn's actually pretty good. He's like... He was like, the Kuhn's, like, actually pretty good. Where she's like, it's not a prison. People can leave if they want. It's a cult. The Kuhn's a cult. It's really fucked up. If you're born, there's like forced labor camps, and if you're born a mage, they like lobotomize you and drug you basically from birth and sew your mouth shut and blind you. It's like really fucked up. It's a super fucked up society, and like you can't choose what you want to do. Your life, it gets chosen for you, and nobody has names. It's an incredibly fucked up society. So I really like that she's biased, and I imagine, considering she doesn't remember living under the Kuhn because she was a baby, that she actually probably got told a better version of it by her mother. You know what I mean? I think that might be where her story's going. like her mom like sanitized it, or her mom's is biased. You know what I mean? Or maybe both. You can be both.
There's enough for all of you.
This is so easy.
Shathan was worried about what the Qunari would do with a fire breather like me.
What would they do?
She said they'd have me put in the Antam, use me as a berserker. The idea scared her enough that she left her library and walked away from the Qun. There you go.
I don't believe the story she's telling me, actually.
Over here's where
Because I'm pretty sure...
Don't want to scare the birds. We just
I'll tell you my theory in a bit. But there's conflicting things in her story with what I know of the lore.
What the crap is that?
The Antam must be marking their territory.
Not on my beach. Vash Vatari! Come on. These banners need to burn. Got it.
Can you do that to me?
Nice. What does it feel like when you breathe fire like that?
It's more like spitting.
Yeah.
Something inside my throat opens up and lets stuff mix together. Then there's this rush of heat as I roar it out.
Oh, I'm surprised it doesn't hurt your mouth to do that.
It can. One time my tongue got in the way. Got a mouthful of fire.
Ouch.
Didn't hurt much. My mother has to make food extra spicy so I can taste it.
I guess that's the trade-off for being a fire breather.
She's so cute.
I smell stuff better than most people.
I really like her.
Too bad it's locked up.
Not for long. Watch.
Okay. Here's the thing, right? Here's the reason I'm really suspicious of her mom's story. Of Tasha's story. Because either A, things are getting slightly retconned, or B, her mom lied to her and is not her biological mother. Because you don't raise your own children in the Qun. They get taken from you and are raised by the government by a caste called Tamasarans. So realistically, the only way I could see it is maybe if there's like a buffer period where like maybe while the babies are breastfeeding, they keep them with the biological mothers or something. Because I mean, it is semi-medieval, you know, and they might not have enough nursemaids. But there is something about, something here is not adding up. So it's either A, a slight retcon, B, someone needs to explain the timeline a little bit better, or C, this is intentional. You know what I mean? But I'm like I have an eyebrow raised at at Tasha's backstory.
Let's see if it burns.
That's so sexy. Can you do that to me?
Burn right through it.
Yep. Melt some metals, not all.
How would you figure out which kinds of metals you could melt?
My mother said I went through a lot of spoons as a baby. This way.
More birds to feed?
Something like that. Garage, it's Taash. I brought food.
Avatash. It's good you came early. The feather clouds are getting lower.
That's my clothes. You stole my clothes.
This is Rook. They're a friend.
A friend? All right. Make sure you both dress for rain. Drip rain, not mist rain.
What's the difference between drip rain and mist rain?
Drip rain soaks through the clothes. Mist rain just wets the skin. Sorry, I don't know all the words in your language.
No, I get it.
Karash was a worker caste navigator. Got dragged along with the Antam when they invaded.
They told us it was ordered by the Qun. I was not taught war. I was taught the weather. Red clouds for thunder, gray clouds for rain, green clouds for the devouring storm, and black clouds for the Antam cannons. After what they did in Ventus, I ran away.
Is there anything you need? We saw that the Antam were in the area.
Yes. I knew some of them from the dreadnought.
Oh shit, he was on a dreadnought?
They did not see me.
Let me know if they give you trouble.
I am at peace, Evatash. I have the clouds to watch and fish to eat.
More than just fish. Here you go. Shathan said to eat the fruit before it spoils.
I like the cookies better.
Everyone likes the cookies better.
I'll eat the fruit. Thank you, Evatash.
Panahedan. I'll see you soon.
Oh, he had a cat!
So, the dragon hunter has a softer side.
The Qun says you take care of people.
So, you're a little Kunari, a little Ravani, and a little dragon?
Yeah?
I get that.
Come on. I should tell my mother how Karash is doing.
Excuse me, dog. I'm trying to get a tall girlfriend.
So how did you get it?
I learned how to survive as a Tevinter galley slave, and then as a Lord of Fortune, like you. And now, I'm fighting elven gods. So you take what works from each part, right?
Yeah.
Look beyond to see white clouds race across the sky. Forget cannon smoke. Ah.
I had to take Kunari language classes growing up. I had to learn how to tie these stupid knots. It wasn't so bad when the Kunari and Ravane were at peace. Now the Antam have broken from the Qun and started attacking. People look at me like they're scared I'll switch sides.
That's their loss. People who've only ever been one thing will never know how big the world is.
Yeah? Maybe.
Oh, hey, we're back to here. Welcome to Tash's Uber Eats. We're delivering more food.
Mother, what are you doing here?
You used to call me Tama.
I also used to wet the bed. Want me to start that up again?
Wait. Okay, wait. Tama is the nickname you give to Masserans. So I think this woman was her Tamassaran. They're all staring at me.
Because she's sleeping in my base, which means I own the bed. I'm actually next on laundry detail.
She always did like the mouthy ones.
In truth, Evitash's tastes are quite varied. Although it is uncommon for her to be attracted to men.
Mother.
Perhaps because in some ways, she acts more like a man herself.
Why are you here?
I came to ask Karash about the tablet your group recovered. I wondered if some of the symbols might be used among the Antam.
Be gentle. Don't make him talk about the war.
I see the wisdom of your suggestion. I also see that you used your fire again. Chakra Toebra.
Chakra Toebra.
Remember to keep your consonants crisp. Kunari do not slouch, and neither does our language. Panahedan, Evatash. You did well bringing Karash his food.
Sorry. She's like that.
So, the mouthy ones, huh?
Well, thanks for coming. We should get back.
Thanks for having me along. Maybe we can do this again.
Right? Yep. I know, basically, yeah. Hold on, sorry, wait, hold on. You have a new outfit on, I need to go, like, look at it. Oh, wow. Are you looking at this with me, Snook? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at her thighs, Snug. Snug, are you looking at her thighs with me? Malaeus is gonna get his head crushed like a fucking grape. Oh, really? I want you to know, by the way, you can see, okay, so see how, like, under Tash's name, there's, like, a number, it's, like, 3, and then Neve is 5, and then under that, it says Minrath is contact for Nev, and there's, like, a thumbs up. So, that little icon shows, like, how they feel about you. Tash is, it's a little talk, because we're just acquaintances right now. Nev likes me, so she's a thumbs up right now. But I want you to know, I've flirted with Darvin a few times, so he has a crush on Malaeus. And so he has a little heart. And I thought that was a really cute mechanic. Oh, that's what I wanted. Okay. Okay, so what let me go to the lighthouse real fast. So we're going to give Tash her gift, because I bought her a gift. Because all the farewell to a crow.
Rook, many crows have visited a memorial we set near the diamond. Perhaps this is peace between our houses can last even after we've rid the Antam. I hear Viago scoffing already. Chance was originally from Orlais, and his people came to pay his respects. I passed on their thanks as well. We've ensured Chance did not besmirch the name Candide? Candide? You have a better chance of pronouncing that correctly than I do. And that would have meant everything to him. Take care to you. Okay, so really cool feature in this game. You'll occasionally get letters from people based off of, like, quests you did. And I think that's neat. Anyways, you can buy gifts for your companions and give them to them. And so I bought Taash a gift. And so let's go... I missed the stairs. Let me go give Taash their gift. And then we'll go recruit Emric. Grunts casually. Sorry. Oh, you have a big bed. Good to know. Sorry, I'm just looking around your room. I'm peeping. You have a really big room. You got monkey bars. You got a bench press. Mileus uses the monkey bars. Also probably those monkey bars. I don't... That's an ogre. That's a broken Illuvian.
Huh. Nice.
So what's this? Tash's horn. Darvin snapped in my first job with the Lords, a Gamordian stormer. We hit her with a typhoon as she attacked a little fishing village. I used my axes to climb off the wet ground onto her back. That's the best way to deal with lightning dragons when they start making puddles to fry you. Save the villagers who lost the horn when she slammed me against the cliff face. Better my horn than my skull. Oh, Balara, Veil Quartz, real strong, and the right weight so my balance isn't thrown off. We took a giant crystal of it as we shared from the Storm Rider armor, and the Lord's shaves bits off as my horn grows back in. No, I don't know what the harmonic resonances are. Noah's never shot lightning. Okay, so it's not jade, it's another material. It's still pretty. You're still so pretty and handsome. And does anybody have anything they want to say? No, not really. And anything... It doesn't really look like I have any... I got the crossroads. That's unlocked. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to Necropolis then, and we're gonna go get Emric. And Emric will be the last one. The last companion, is what I was trying to say. We're really stacked on mages, by the way. We have 4 mages, including Mileus. So we're in Navarra, which is like super Catholic. I forget where they're based off of, but...
No sign of the professor.
But they allow necromancers. It's like their one okay mage, basically.
Him. He is a senior necromancer. I don't... Oh.
Why are there 3 people here? Who are the other 2 people? like that Patrick meme where it's like, who are you people? Oh, now we're back down to 1. Okay.
Visitors! What a marvelous surprise! Any trouble with the lift? Our last guests were stuck for hours. Poor souls. Oh. Professor Emmerich Volkaren of the Morn Watch.
Hello, Professor. We've never met. Well, in person, but I've been writing to you.
Belara, my dear girl. What a pleasure. Surely you didn't come all this way just to see me.
We've been shaking hands for so long.
Did. You see, we need a Fade expert.
I'm Rook.
Charmed.
I like that bit with the flaming skull.
It's nothing, really. Just an evocation of the flame of the last steps.
He's so cunty, but like in an old man way.
Thank you. You know, I'm never quite sure how these spells strike someone from outside Navarra. I'd be pleased to continue our conversation after I tend to some small business here. I must investigate. Would you two mind accompanying me further into the shrouded halls?
Toward that screaming.
Something's gone awry in this part of the necropolis, Rook. The dead stir more easily than they should.
But yeah, basically, I don't know where Navarra is based off of. What is Navarra based on? Dragon Age. Hold on, I'm Googling it. Navarra is based off of Balkan states like Transylvania and Serbia. And also the Habsburg states. I don't know what the Habsburg states are. Does that make sense to you as a European? Snug, I don't know my geography that well. You gotta help me out here. Okay. Okay, hey Belara.
Are these warts?
Indeed they are. But what's caused the aphotic needles to fall into a slumber?
Oh, I'm pretty handy with artifacts. I can take a look.
That would be good of you, Belara. Your friends and I will press on.
Right, Professor. Good luck.
But yeah, I really love how Belara is also a mage, but she uses archery because I don't think any other mage in Dragon Age does that. They all just use staves, you know? Anyways, alright, Emmerich. Dude, I get lost so easily, I feel you. Let me look at oh my gosh, I have so many more runes now. Pierce, damage penetration, all your attacks deal fire. You gain invulnerable. Ooh, all your defense become offensive damage bonuses. Invulnerable's pretty sexy. Alright, oh, I forgot. I opened this because I want to see what Emmerich does. I have no idea what he does. Oh my god. Look at him. Look at his pose. This is really cunty. Look at him. Hey, what's going on over here? Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Emmerich? What's going on with your damage? Why is it negative 2 billion? Yeah, that's a little odd. And I don't think that's right. I guess it's because he's not technically joined the party yet. I'll be with you in a second, mate. I'll be with you in a second, mate. There's always loot around corners. Where'd he go?
Ahead of us. Something's moving.
Strange. These halls should be under the protection of the bell.
Is that a despair demon?
Fascinating, isn't it? They shouldn't be able to breach the shrouded halls at all.
Oh, I guess I just don't get that treasure.
Good. Needed some action.
Okay.
What? Where'd everyone go?
It's vital we discover why that spirit manifested here.
Lead the way, Professor.
What do you think his PhD is in? I want you to know that old man is romanceable, by the way. I just thought you might like to know that information. Like, you can kiss him. And I saw a banter where it's after you romance Emmerich. And it's between Emmerich and Taash. And it's like, you can romance all the companions. All of them are bisexual. But you can romance Emmerich, and he's like, with Taash, and Taash is like, so you two are together? And Emmerich's like, indeed we are. And Taash is like, alright, just don't do any weird corpse stuff in bed. And Emmerich's like, excuse me? And Taash is like, you're right. I shouldn't judge. It's not my relationship. You can do weird corpse stuff in bed if you want. And then Emmerich's just like, I appreciate the sentiment, Taash. And we'll take your blessing. What are you doing? How is this underground? How are we underground? Are we in like a really big pit? I don't understand Navaran geography. I just have like a sense for treasure. It really is. It's very peculiar. Must be inside. Or is there a platform to jump onto? No platforms. Yeah. Like, where do you even get corpses that big? These have to be made out of plaster. Look, Malaeus is a treasure hunter. It's just what my character would do, guys.
Someone's barred the door and chained the sunken star.
There's
Oh,
undead here.
but what?
We may need to defend ourselves depending on their condition.
Haven't fought undead in a while.
There's no reaching these. They're mindless.
What do they do?
Ooh. Oh, I'm so glad they combo.
Make them stop!
I'm afraid sometimes the weaker dead work themselves into frenzies. Poor things.
Is there any crystals I have to break? Or do I just have to fight the undead? I just have to fight the undead. Okay. I can do that. Get off that old man!
I must free that bell.
Need some help?
Thank you. The star, the bell, can banish these despair spirits if we unchain it. We'll need a wisp to unseal the doors leading out. Could you please find one and bring it here?
Okay. How?
Give your greetings, and the wisp will follow.
Yeah, he's a very polite man. Isn't he? Oh, there's a wisp. Okay.
Hello. Wisps are the simplest of spirits, but quite helpful. Bring the wisp here, and we can unseal the doors.
Bam!
Doors open. Where to now?
This should lead us to the upper chambers, where we can free the bell. There's someone I'd like to consult with on the way.
Is it Cassandra? No, Cassandra hates necromancers. Okay, Cassandra was a companion in the last game. She's also from Navarra. But she does not like necromancers. She thinks they're creepy because her uncle was part of the Morn Watch and he used to keep corpses around the house, and she was like, I fucking hated that as a kid. And you can become a necromancer in Dragon Age Inquisition, and she's like, why would you want to do this? That's why. And I think it makes her like you a little bit less. Like, she disapproves. Well, Navarrans, have a really weird view on death, where it's it's something sacred. And basically, they view Morn Watchers as, custodians of death. And basically, it's considered, honorable and prestigious to watch over the dead. And you can basically only do it if you're a mage, because only mages can commune with spirits. So that's why, although they follow the chantry, which normally fucking hates mages and forces them to go to jail, Navarra culturally allows necromancers. Necromancers do kind of have to stay in the tombs, though. They're not allowed to just kind of walk around. Her uncle was kind of an exception because he was royalty, because Cassandra was royalty.
So, Professor.
Just Emmerich, please.
You weren't that surprised we need a Fade expert.
The spirits talk. Even the simplest have been clamoring about chaos in the Fade. Someone coming to consult wasn't an if, so much as a when. We're not alone.
Hold pressure.
They got us in range.
Nicely done, Taash.
They're in range. Hitting us.
Very sweet of you to be worried.
At the ready.
Is that all of them? But yeah, just culturally, necromancer is very important to Navarra. It's also kind of like the only blood magic that's kind of quote-unquote allowed.
Set that one up.
Good shot.
Blood magic's a super big taboo. Like, the chantry basically kills any, like, they will, for the most part, allow mages to live, but they'll kill as long as they're in a circle, and just lobotomize dangerous mages, but they'll kill blood mages on sight. They're seen as, like, too dangerous to live, sort of thing. But, the Morn Watchers do some blood magic stuff, but it's like cultural, so it's seen as okay. There's a lot of like hypocrisy and cultural shit in Dragon Age, and I really love it as somebody who loves sociology and studies that shit. Can I get in here? Hey, I'm Twinkie as fuck. Look at my shoulders. I should be able to jump in there. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. Also, I've been watching like parkour videos lately and imagining them as Malaeus. No, you didn't. Now you have to jump through the bars. Do acrobatics for my amusement. Is there a wisp in here? Ever in eternity we lie. Weird how that doesn't have a lid or a body in it. I feel like it should have one or both of those, personally. What's over here? Nothing? I love how that's just a sheer cliff. That really makes me feel good about the ground I'm standing on.
What's doing this?
The demon?
Echoes of the despair spirits. Misery devouring itself. We should keep our distance. If provoked, these manifestations will shatter.
Oh shit. I thought... I'm a little stupid. I was like, oh, I'll just break them and then I'll walk through. I didn't realize it would spawn enemies. I'm not the smartest. Well, at least I'm in good company. Oh, I have to come back to this area later. There's so many chests I'm not getting.
This is log 2. I didn't see any wisps around.
Then I shall call for aid.
What are you doing?
Undo this.
They've answered. We'll need to guide the wisps who've just arrived to the door.
He just got wisps. That's so neat.
Those wisps really came just because you asked.
They care for us, Rook. Our ever-loyal friends amongst the dead.
Why is he so nice? If anyone's ever mean to Emmerich ever, I'm gonna kill them. I'm just saying.
Here's our second wisp.
Hey, desk guy. Is it staring at me?
It is aware of your presence, but a wisp's senses differ from our own.
At least it doesn't sense its way into making a corpse walk around.
Okay. Oh wait, the last one's over here? No! Oh!
There's the last wisp.
Good. Let's return to the door.
I'm sorry about your internet. I can't fix it from here. And also, even if I was there, I'd be really bad at it.
Past these chambers, we'll find some assistance with reaching the bell. Despair is far more pervasive than I'd thought. We must stop who's ever drawing these spirits here.
You think a person's behind all the despair demons?
Oh yes. Mortals are their prime attraction.